So for PMI ACP exam, the assumption number 1 is that you are working in an agile project. And in this project, you have 6 to 12 members only. It is the maximum. Okay. And you in a typically an agile project would last for 6 months to say 1 year. Let's take the time is not a constraint, but let us just give you a perspective, because the PMI ACP will take the easier assumptions, not so complex agile projects, the simpler agile projects. Okay. So 6 to 12 members, and these members are doing on they are working on agile projects, and this agile project is mostly people are co-located. Okay. Right. Co-location is also an assumption. So this is the base, the most simplest type of project. Then if the assumption is not like this, if the assumption is not like this, or if a question is based on distributed team, then that term distributed teams would be mentioned in the question. Okay. So with this assumption, what are the different aspects of stakeholder engagement that we need to know? Think about it. When we talk about stakeholders, how many stakeholders you have now? How many stakeholders you have now?
Product owner, scrum master, team member, customer.
Yes. So how many are there? If your team size is 12 maximum, so what is the maximum number of stakeholders?
12. So
12 plus something.
Yeah, 12 plus PM plus scrum master.
Yes, 12 plus something. So and the highest level of interaction would be within 12.
Plus
but then there are some external stakeholders as well. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, total 15.
Yes, let us assume 15. Okay. So you have 15 people. Okay. Can you remember the names of these 15 people?
We can, over the period of time.
Can you spend time with each one of them on a regular basis, on a personal one-to-one contact basis?
No.
Why not?
Depending on the need, right? So
yeah. So just tell me don't think about the project. Think about human relationship.
Yeah, yes. Smaller
Do you
team,
have the bandwidth to have a connection with all 15 peoples?
Yes, yes.
You have the bandwidth, you can do that?
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Now Mitesh, now compare with your traditional project, where you have at least 50 stakeholders, and the stakeholders may go to even 500 also.
Yeah.
Is it possible to connect with each one of them personally?
No.
Right. So that is the difference. So the first assumption and first appreciation should be that we are dealing in a setup where personal connection or personal bonding or social capital can be developed. Okay. So it is about stakeholder engagement. That is why we are using the term engagement. We want to engage with different people who are working together. This is the point number 1. Then with this, how do we engage? First thing is clear that we need to engage. How do we engage? What are the different aspects of engagement? Think about your own close-knit friend circle. How do you engage with your friend circle?
Face to face.
Face to face? You are talking about communication part. Okay, great.
Yeah, okay.
So face to face communication. What else you do?
Gathering.
Regular gathering.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you do?
Sometimes parties or family parties.
Yes.
Yes.
So appreciation for others thing. Okay.
Yeah, personal events.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can call appreciation. Okay. You appreciate others. You do not forget greetings. Okay. You are always aware of small things. Birthday parties, birthday party of your friend's daughter or son, right?
Yeah.
You try to engage. You are always constantly finding ways to talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what else? When somebody is in need, one of your friend is in need, what do?
We extend help.
You extend help, right?
Yeah.
Right? You extend help also.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Now, the engagement part is this, communication part is this. The third part, interpersonal skills. Think about your listening. When you listen, when your friend is talking to you, how do you listen?
Actively.
Do you, okay? You listen actively. You involve with that.
Yes.
Okay. You share your opinion in a very constructive manner. Right?
Use of emotional intelligence
Right?
during. Yeah.
Yes. So emotional intelligence is the second part. So first you listen very carefully. You give your heart out. Whatever there in your mind, as per your experience, whatever you have learned, you try to share it with your friend in a very constructive manner. Right? Because you have trust. Why is it so? Because you have trust. Right? Then within that trust, do you share any secrets of your company or secrets which financial secrets of your personal life?
Yes. If trust is there, people might be shared.
Yes, but generally means whatever you do in a balanced manner, right?
Yeah. The project related or financial related, maybe they might be shared, they may not be shared, depending on how much they are close.
Yes, but even if they are very close, that sharing would not be in a way which will put you in trouble.
Right. Generally, confidential related customer or financial related may
Yes.
not.
So confidential things you will not share, right?
Yes.
So the transparency is there, but the transparency is within a limit, within a practically acceptable limit. Now think about influence. Do you influence your friend if you know that your friend is not on the right side, or he is going to commit a mistake?
Yeah, will influence directly, indirectly.
You try your best to influence, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, are you amenable to change? Or you are ready to change your perspective if you feel that your friend is giving you the right advice? Do you take it or not?
Yeah, will take.
You accept it, right?
Yeah.
So both way. What else? Think about
Empathy.
right? You have empathy. Right? So the entire stakeholder engagement is all about these natural things which you already know. Now just replace your friend to this team members. So the guidebook or the rule book tells you this. The rule book of PMI ACP tells you that you need to behave in this particular manner in an agile project. No documentation, no formal things. Try to be as informal as possible. Try to be as interactive as possible. What is regular gathering? Now try to map it with the agile projects. Okay.
Daily stand-up call.
Sorry.
Daily stand-up call.
Yes. So this is daily stand-up.
Daily stand-up call, review calls.
Then
retrospective.
Yeah. Then reviews, right?
Yes. Yes.
Review. Then reviews. Okay. Then what else?
Show and demo.
Information radiator, that collectively moving the physical pieces. What is that? That is also a gathering.
Planning meetings.
Right. Planning meetings. Then what else? Collaboration games. Right. Any kind of games, any kind of ceremonies, all these are gatherings. Spikes are also gatherings. Okay. When you are actively talking, what is that? Is it a two-way interaction? Is it a two-way communication? You are not only listening, you are questioning also. You are trying to immerse in the scenario which your friend is telling you.
Yes, two-way communication.
It's a two-way communication, right? When you are influencing somebody, is it an emotional intelligence thing? And when you are getting influenced,
yes,
right? So depending upon the situation, it is emotional intelligence, EI, right? When you are appreciating the other people, is it not rewards? When you are extending help, is it not collaboration? When you are finding ways to connect, is it not the effort to build your social capital?
Right.
Right. So this is what is there in this stakeholder engagement domain. That's it. There is no official, there is no research work, nothing. No formal frameworks to remember or to mug up and apply. Nothing. It's all natural.
All common sense.
All common sense that we are not doing. Most people, why we are not doing, now try to understand why we are not able to do to accept this common sense. Because we have prejudices, we have biases. The trust deficit is there. It all boils down to trust.
Ego also.
Ego also. Right. So if you see, stakeholder engagement is mostly about our emotional things. Our ego, trust deficit, right? Fear. Fear of what?
Failure.
Fear of failure. First is failure. Second is fear of job loss.
Job
Fear
insecurity.
of credibility loss. Right? That is why when we talk about the next domain, teams domain, we are mostly focused on these issues. We will be trying to, we will talk about the high performing team, and we will talk about these issues. We will say, hey, a high performing team is a team which is free of fear, which is full of trust, which keeps their ego by their side and work for collective win. Right? So कुछ भी याद करने का जरूरत नहीं है. There is nothing to remember. There's हो गया. This is the revision. Revision is finished. This much is there in the stakeholder engagement. Okay, I think we can finish it within 1 hour. Let us see. If you find anything new, you tell me. Otherwise, there is nothing new. There are 70 slides, but there is nothing new. Whatever we have discussed, this is the summary of all. Okay. Now let's move ahead. So we have traditional projects with 50 plus members. We may forget some people who have more power and influence on the project, and that one miscommunication may create problems for the project success, right? Therefore, we prefer frameworks, we prefer documentation, we prefer planning the engagement, right? Formal planning we prefer. But this is not the case in Agile project, because team members are very few. You can remember their names, you can remember their family members' name, you can go and interact with each of them personally. This is physically possible, practically possible. So when something is practically possible, do you ever need a document for that? Think about your own close relatives. You have relatives here, at least 10, 15 relatives you already have. Everybody have this. Everybody has these many relatives. Do you ever feel stressed about it, that I need to maintain a register book to have regular contacts with them? No, because it's natural. Okay. So we are talking about stakeholder stewardship or stakeholder engagement rather than stakeholder management, because Agile principle tells you that we need to have servant leadership approach, and individual and interaction should be given more priority. So that is why we are not talking about management or sending emailers, routine emailers and all those things, daily updates, weekly updates, that is not required. Rather, we are focused on frequent interactions, no daily updates. So questions can be very many questions can come on this. That how do you, and the essence of these questions would be like, how would you keep your sponsors updated about the project, Agile project progress? And in all the cases, the answer would be same. The answer is simply, I will update the information radiator and I will invite them on different kind of meetings. And I will invite them to the information radiator. Come and see. I am not going to send you an email or anything. You come, you see, you interact with the team and get updated. This is the rule book, right? This what is the practical thing. Now, Upen, can you share your experience? How do you do this in practical cases, in real cases?
The stakeholder engagement?
Yeah, no. How do you keep your sponsors updated about the project progress?
Okay, there are 2-3 ways. Internally, like a daily stand-up call and a weekly call internally, the product owner and team members. Then after that, we have a bi-weekly call with the middle level management, project sponsor and other people.
Okay.
Then monthly we have a steering committee,
Okay.
and our CEO, sometimes CTO, and the vendor vice president or CEO will present, and they'll chalk out the plan, what are the bottlenecks, and how we can extend help together to move the next level.
Okay, great. So no daily, weekly emailers are not there.
Within the team, that particular team, they have it daily stand-up call.
Daily stand-up call, but are you sending the routine emailers to the top management?
No. We never share. Only monthly once,
Okay.
or bi-weekly once or twice. Yeah. Nothing to do. Just for the quick summary report. That's all. Very high
Right.
level bullet point. Nothing else.
Okay. Now, Mitesh, your experience.
Yeah.
In your
Yes.
project, have you seen daily, weekly mailers to everybody?
No, mails are not there. We are conducting this stand-up meeting, and then we have a weekly meeting with our region PM. Okay. So
Okay.
that is a review meeting, like progress meeting. And monthly we are doing meeting with like engineering review meeting, in which the sponsor, project sponsor, and higher level management they join, and for that meeting we are preparing the MOM.
Okay. Now think of a situation in which I am the sponsor of a agile project.
Okay.
And the team calls me on in every retrospect, in every review meetings.
Okay.
Okay. Every 2 weeks, the team means team invites me to the meeting, but I don't have time. I never go, or hardly I go.
Okay.
But now I want the update. I want the update about the project. Now it is middle of a iteration, middle of a sprint. I want an update. Hey, what is happening there? And I called the product owner or scrum master. Hey, can you update me on the project? So what will the product owner or the scrum master do?
They will plan for the demo. I mean, so that the sponsor will get to know the progress of the project or software.
Upender, your view?
Anyway, we have tools available, right? Like a Jira, couple of tools, and they can have a common access. They can check the dashboard, what is happening very high level. Until unless you report any details, then you can touch this with PO or PO or Scrum Master.
Right.
Any red flag. So we are not assistant to give all the report to the project sponsor. You can log in and you can see.
Exactly. This is the point I wanted to stress. Mitesh, we will not do any special thing for sponsors, even if the CEO comes.
Yeah.
Right. So we will not arrange any demo. We will say, hey, the next demo is due on this date. You can, if you want to see the demo, please attend the demo, or you have the access to the information radiator, go and see there.
Okay.
Right. So the Jira is what? Jira is an information radiator. That's it. Simple. For distributed teams. Jira is a tool on which all the details of the projects are updated on a regular basis, or a real-time basis.
Just given one example in waterfall methodology, as you mentioned rightly, because everything depending on the manager, and manager also no idea the relation between the team and manager versus the management and customer, completely highly depend on the PM. If PM gone 1 week, the project is messed up.
Yes.
So now the situation is everything is visible, single source of information. The particular use case is completed. That's all. CEO, CTO, or team member, Scrum Master, product, whoever may be stakeholder, so that is completed. Olden days is not the case. Something in the ground is different. Something not even started. This is work in progress.
Yes.
And something is going on mess up. So finally, the last time it will failure. Again, they'll extend some time and fighting together, contract issue, blah blah blah. So some mess up. So that's why projects never complete on time.
Right.
Never complete on time. Any project you take it, 85% project fails within time. So very few projects will complete on time, but most of them delay. Because in the middle level, there are a lot of miscommunication because expectations are different by every time. Suddenly, the project wants to ask something else, and without saying no, then the guy will go and ask the developer do something else, and again, original user asks something else. So if they're trying to satisfy each other, and they'll spend a lot of time, and finally they do proper direction, and definitely the end result is zero, or
Right.
maybe very minimal. So this agile is I really like the communication point of view, stakeholder point of view, single source of truth information. If Modi want to see the project, he can just click the button, he can see. There is no in between layers, manipulators.
Right. Right. Great. So this is what is the difference. So first thing that we need to do in stakeholder engagement in the agile project is to identify who are the stakeholders. So there are different types of stakeholders, and we know that stakeholders are any people who can directly impact the project or indirectly impact the project, or they can directly getting impacted by the project, or they are indirectly getting impacted by the projects. So for example, shareholder of the company for which you are working and the shareholder of the suppliers, they are also stakeholders in the project, right? Shareholders, I'm talking about shareholders. Think about Accenture and think about, say, HUL. HUL is suppose the company who have hired Accenture for their work. So the shareholders of Accenture and shareholders of HUL are also stakeholders in the project, right? They are indirectly impacted by the project, indirectly. But do you need to consider those people? Yes, in the back of the mind, you need to, yes, okay, they are there. That will influence your decision making, but there is no need to have any planning for engagement with them, right? So this is how you need to manage the stakeholders. Now, different stakeholders have different kind of concerns for agile projects. So now this is, think about your traditional project versus agile projects. Okay. Now you have different stakeholders, the 15 type of stakeholders we discussed. These are first sponsors, right? Then we have team, then we have product owner, then we have scrum master, then we have auditors. Okay. There are many types. Okay. So largely these people are concerned about what thing? Think about it. What are their concerns? They have been working in traditional project for a long time. And now you go to them and you say, okay, traditional is all right, but I think agile would be better for you. When you say agile, they say that, okay, agile is better for me, but you let me know how agile can solve my concerns. So the first concern is from the executives or the sponsors. They are concerned about what? What are the major concerns of sponsors? They are paid for what? They are getting salary from the company. What are they paid for?
And ROI, some profit sharing.
Yes. So they are paid for project success. Right. They are paid for project success. Now, in the traditional project, you are giving them the plan. Okay, this is the plan. If they are convinced with the plan, they at least have some idea that how and why the project would be successful, because they have a plan. But in agile project, you do not give anything. You do not give anything. You simply say, let's start. Right. So this is a concern of project executives or sponsors, which you need to manage throughout the project. Right. Because they no matter how much they trust you, they always have a fear of failure in the back of their mind, because it's a counterintuitive approach. If they have never worked in an agile project, agile is a counterintuitive approach. that let us plan as we go. It's a counterintuitive approach, right? Agree?
Yes.
So this is their fear. So when you are engaging with people who are sponsors, always talk in a way that their fear of failure is reduced. When you talk to your friends, you know what is there in the mind of your friend. So you have two friends, imagine. One friend is suppose a IAS officer, and the other friend is suppose an entrepreneur. You have two friends. One is an IAS officer and the other person is a businessman. Think about it, right? Your context of discussion would vary or not?
Yes, it will vary.
It will vary, right? Both are your very close friend, and you can have a gathering also with all three of you. That is all fine, but the context would be always different. So that is why here we are trying to understand the context of discussion. What should be the core thing that we will discuss? Think about the managers, the functional managers and other managers which we used to have earlier in the projects. They will feel the loss of control because they have nothing to do now, right? So they always have this fear in their mind. So when you talk to them, you don't want to upset them. You don't want to show them that you have won and they have lost, because all these things are value destructing things. If you go and hurt somebody and poke somebody's ego, it is not going to positively impact your project. So your engagement with those people should be in a way that you pacify them in some way. Development team, the team would think that, hey, earlier we were doing as we wished to do. Our approach was different. Now you are talking me about time box, doing anything and everything within a time period. And then after every time period, after every duration, you are asking me to introspect. I have never done that before. So when you talk to the team, your approach should be to talk in a way that why this is going to help them, not the project. Why it is going to help them first. Why is it beneficial for their career first? It is an example of individual coaching. User community would feel that, think about the customer part. Customer or the user community would feel that, hey, you are saying that you will complete the project, you will give me the value, but you are not giving me a confidence that you will complete 100% of my requirement. People don't appreciate upfront that their requirements are not concrete. Customer cannot accept this in the first meeting because trust is not there. But eventually, as you deliver the product, the trust develops. When the trust develops, then only they will be able to appreciate that, okay, yes, whatever you are saying is right. So in your interactions with the customer, you need to keep or acknowledge the fact that customers are also not feeling very optimistic about the project, especially at the start of the project. Other supporting groups, think about auditors, right? They also feel lack of control and lack of involvement, because now it is all self-organized and the team is self-empowered. Think about documentation, compliance documentation. There are two ways to do it, at the end or as we go. Earlier, the supporting group would dictate the terms. Now, the supporting groups, this compliance group cannot dictate. right? So these are the different type of people who you need to interact with during the project, and try to understand their high level orientation in the project. And this is just the beginning. On the top of this layer, you need to add the layer of personal apprehensions, personal life, right? Career objectives, all those things you need to build on the top of that. Interpersonal relationship, biases, there are many things. And then accordingly, you need to interact with them or engage with them, right? So how we engage, we already discussed that collaboration, game, activities, all these things are the mode of engagement. Then we discussed that why we need to engage with people, because it helps to reduce the gulf of evaluation. It reduces the understanding between the two. What you understand and what I understand, that gap should be reduced. Okay. It helps to get quick response. What is quick response? Quick help. If you are engaged with your friend, think about the general thing. Your friend is, suppose your friend is doing an MBA from a college, okay, from say Stanford. Now your daughter wants to apply for that college, and you have not been in touch with that friend for last 10 years. Can you simply pick up your phone and call him directly for the help? Probably you will hesitate. That is why engagement is there. If the engagement is there, your friend is always in sync with you, what is going in your life. So in that case, if you go and talk to him, you will feel easy to talk to him, and he will feel comfortable giving the advice also, right? So we need engagement, because engagement reduces the gap of understanding. Engagement increases the possibility of response, quick response, right? It reduces the risks, defects, and issues, because now many people are discussing about it. So people are thinking about it from different perspective. So potential risk, defects, and issues you can easily pick, you can easily get highlighted, right? One thing that is important we discussed yesterday was about the escalation metrics. So the team needs to have a escalation metrics with them. How and when to escalate. This the team should develop early on during the project start, right? So team is self-empowered, team is self-organized, but how and when to escalate, this needs to be clear. Okay. Point of caution, stakeholders, some stakeholders may not be helpful also. So when you are engaging with them, you need to keep in mind that, okay, you need to have an evaluation of them, whether they will be helping you more or not helping you more, or creating more barriers for you. And based on that, you need to engage with them accordingly, right? So these are the stakeholder engagement, the rules or the principles. Number one is to find the right person, right? Find the right person. The second one is cement your stakeholders involvement. Cement the involvement. What is cement? When you have already got the right person, you have the right person, then you need to make sure that the right person stick with you, right? Throughout the project. 6 months hai, to 6 months he will be involved with you. And how you will do that? How you make sure that your friend is a friend forever? Through appreciation, by highlighting his value to you, by giving due regards, right? In the project, what you are doing? by highlighting how this project would be beneficial if this person is with you, and how the project would get hampered if this person is not with you. Both the things, right? If you do both the things, then right? Then the third part is, when you have the right person, you have involved them, then you need to actively manage their interest. So you have the right person, and that right person is sticking with you. Then you need to make sure that he is involved. Involved means he is motivated. How do you do that? Motivated means celebrate success, highlight their contribution, okay, made the project performance count. So whatever he is contributing to the project should also contribute to his or her personal benefit, right? Then only he will be involved. Then when he is involved, you have the right person who is sticking with you, right? Who is also motivated, okay? Then he should know what to be done, right? What to do, or shared vision. He should know the shared vision, right? Then when he knows the shared vision, he should also know the progress, and he should also know the projections, right? So these are the different things which you need to share with the stakeholders to identify or to make sure that the stakeholders are engaged. ठीक है? क्या करना है? First is identify the right person. ठीक है? Then make sure that this right person is with you. Okay, officially he is with you, right? So officially he is with you means get him onboarded directly or indirectly to the project. Then keep him motivated, right? Then so this is like, okay, I am ready to work. Okay, then second part starts. What is the second part? Okay, when you are ready to work, let us work. So I will tell you what to do. I will tell you the progress, and I will involve you in projections, right? So these three things are like, let's do. This is how you need to engage with the stakeholders. So engagement have two fronts. The first front, or the first aspect, is about picking the right person and keeping him motivated. It is about the personal touch with the person. It is about understanding the needs of the person. It is about making sure that his personal career objectives are aligned with this project objectives, right? That alignment needs to be set. This is the job of the project manager or project lead, whoever is there. So the first set of this first set of principles talks about identifying the person and getting him motivated. The second set of principle talks about making sure that that person understands and contributes. Whoever is the stakeholder, he or she should understand the requirement, understand the project vision, understand the next step, and able to contribute. he or she would be able to contribute only if he understands the shared vision, he has the shared vision, and he is updated, and he gets opportunity to contribute, right? So it is about telling what to do, then keeping him updated, and then giving him the opportunity to share his ideas, right? Okay. Now let us talk about how to build the shared vision. The first thing means about the personal aspect we will talk about in the next domain. Now we are talking about building the shared vision, how the shared vision is built. Okay, the different ways to build a shared vision among the stakeholders. So there are different ways, right? We will talk about all these things one by one, right? So first is project chartering, then definition of done, agile modeling, wireframing, and personas. So shared vision is what? Shared vision is what? Making sure that what you understand, exactly same thing I also understand. What is this exercise doing? Actually, eventually, this training program is creating a shared vision for you and me about PMI ACP examination. Right? Currently, what I understand about this exam, probably you may have a different notion about it. Right? So when we talk about creating a shared vision, it is actually about making sure that what you understand, that is I also understand the same. Okay, and we have discussed that how the shared vision is can be developed. So it is about gulf of evaluation or reducing gulf of evaluation. Means what I understand, this is a person, okay, and this is the second person, okay. So what he understand, so person A and person B, he is thinking about, suppose, a car, which is like this, and he is thinking about a car which is like this. Right? And they are working in their own domains. So the product would ever be successful, or think about it. If we are working with this type of people who have two different kind of imagination, okay, think about it, the gap of understanding or gap of imagination. B is imagining about a bus, but he's saying no, it is a car. In all his discussions and all these things, he is imagining about bus but talking about car. A is imagining about a different kind of a vehicle, okay, a completely different kind of a vehicle, and he is also talking about car. So how these things can be, how they can come to a common understanding of, hey, the car is like this. Okay, so this is the purpose of creating a shared vision. So how it can be created? There are many ways. Number one is project chartering. What is chartering? Chartering is a brief documentation brief document about the project, right? Brief document about the project. Let us, it is already written over here. So it helps to align the stakeholders to understand about the project. So now when we talk about shared understanding can be at the project level, at the feature level, at the task level, at the user story level, at the epic level, at any level, right? At different levels, we need to have shared understanding. So project chartering would help all the stakeholders to have a shared understanding at project level, highest level. Okay. So what they do is they prepare a document which will answer 5 W and H. What, why, where, when, and who. Okay. So what, why, where, when, and who, and how. Okay. These are the 5 questions, 6 questions they need to answer about the project. And how they answer these questions is through using these techniques. So project chartering is a kind of a workshop, and that in that workshop, the end result would be a document which will answer these questions. And I already told you that agile teams are creative, so they use some creative elements in this meeting. What are those creative elements? Project elevator statement and project tweet. Business case is a different thing. So these two things are creative element. What is project elevator statement? As the name suggests, elevator statement is a one-liner. Is a short statement about the project. Right? This already we discussed. So first we talk about project tweet. What is tweet? Tweet is a short statement about the project. 140 characters or less, and in between the project chartering exercise, the stakeholders are asked to write the project tweet. Okay, they are asked to write the project tweet, and they write in 140 characters or less about the project, about their vision, about their understanding of the vision, and then they converge. Right? So this is one interesting thing that they use in project tweets. Similarly, we have the elevator statement. Elevator statement has a format. So each participant will have this format, and they will write the answers like this. So yesterday we discussed about a product called Spur. This is the elevator statement for Spur. So Spur is for whom? Spur is for business organization. It is not B2C. Okay, it is B2B. So the first question is answered. It is for B2B. Okay. Within B2B, what kind of organization? For those organizations who need to enhance their employee experience. Those organizations who are concerned about their employee experience. Only for those, not for any B2B. Right? Then what is this product about? This product is a dynamic employee platform. Is a dynamic employee platform or dynamic platform for employees, whatever, which is AI driven tool, which is an AI driven tool. Okay. And this tool captures employees' voice, identity, identify skill gaps and help them upskill. Then this tool, when compared to Spider Gap and Glint, it is highly customizable and simple to use. Now, if I go back and ask you about, do you understand the product vision of Spur? Can you say yes or no? Can you say yes? Do you understand?
Yes.
Upendra?
Yeah.
Right. So this is how creative agile people are. In just one format, you are able to understand in and out about this product, which you have no idea about anything. So you are completely blank about it because it's a new product.
So this is template standard that Agile has given for who the product is that comparing our product.
Yes, yes. So this is a format for project elevator. Like we have a format for user stories, right? Similarly, this is a format for elevator statement. Project elevator statement has this format.
So there is no number here. All are generic statement.
Sorry. No number. No vision is not about numbers.
Yeah.
We are doing visioning exercise now. We are trying to create the shared vision of the project. What are we about to do? So number is not there. Okay. Then we have a business case. Business case is about even the step backward, whether we need to do the project or not. It is before the project is decided. So what are the different elements of business case? Project overview, how much is the cost and benefit? Numbers would be there. In this case, there will be numbers. Okay. Financial assessment, ROI assumptions, risks, and sponsors recommendation on the project. All these things will be included in business case. So when this is done, when it is approved by the sponsors, then we go to the project chartering stage. So let us stop here.